トランクス、お前は赤ん坊の頃から一度も抱いてやったことがなかったな。抱かせてくれ。
なんだよパパ、やめてよ、恥ずかしいよ。
元気でな、トランクス。トランクス、この先を見ろ。まだ見ぬ敵を、宇宙最強。お前が誇り高きサイヤ人の血を引く者ならば、俺の息子ならば誰にも負けることは許さん。
俺超えてみせます。目の前の敵もトンさんも。
Hey guys, welcome back to another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to be doing a quick showcase for the 55% Vegeta. So this is currently my 55% Majin Vegeta, and I do have 2 dupes on him, but I want to do a 55% showcase in probably one of the more harder events. So let's say for example Red Zone as well as Cell Max. But we're going to do a quick showcase on basically the numbers that he's going to be putting out in terms of offensive and defensive numbers. And we want to see how well he hits and how well he defends as well. So Majin Vegeta, I do currently have him at level 5 with a level 5 silver orb and then a level 5 defensive bronze skill orb. So he is full link level 10. We're going to do basically a quick showcase on different sort of scenarios. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut through each of his showcase, so you can. It's just going to be a quick video or a shorter video. But we're going to first discuss basically what this guy does. His link skill is a Majin Buu Saga or Vegeta's Family category 3 key, HP attack and defense 170. And he gives an additional 30% to stats to those who belong in the Gifted Warriors category. And his super attack, he raises attack and defense for 1 turn and causes immense damage to the enemy. As well as his passive, he has an entrance animation which activates if there is a Trunks on the team at the start of the character's attacking turn. So this reduces damage received by 30% for the rest of the battle. He gets attack and defense 180%, plus an additional 50% attack and defense when performing a super attack, plus an additional 50% defense with 3 or more key spheres obtained, and reduces damage received by 20% with 6 or more key spheres obtained. He gets an additional 88% attack and randomly changes key spheres of a certain type into int key spheres. His active skill is the final explosion, so his condition is after the character receives an attack 6 or more times in battle once only, and he performs a critical hit which reduces within the turn in which the active skill is activated, so it greatly raises attack temporarily, causes mega colossal damage to all enemies, and stuns them for 1 turn while sacrificing 80% HP. The stunning for 1 turn, by the time you get the 6 hits on this Vegeta, at that point most likely most bosses won't be able to get stunned, so they'll be stun immune. You're most likely going to be using this guy in Super Battle Road, but even then getting 6 attacks in Super Battle Road is going to be difficult. And you do want, so with this Vegeta, he does orb change, but the thing is you do want to give him basically 6 key orbs for him to basically maximize his defensive ability of 50% damage reduction. So currently we're in here in the first turn. We have 5 links activated, same warrior race, Super Saiyan royal lineage, over in a flash, and fierce battle. Currently right now he's at 140k defense, but we're gonna try and get 3 key spheres with him. If we get the 3 key spheres, then he will definitely get more defense, but it's going to be there's no chance of getting the 3 key spheres. Yeah, there's honestly no chance of getting the 3 key spheres, no matter what I do. That's a shame. Okay, we're just gonna give Majin Vegeta that. And so yeah, we're currently at just 140k defense, 30% damage reduction, because we do have the Galaxon Father, Trunks and Vegeta. So basically I'm trying to do this showcase at 55% because I know some people are asking whether or not is Majin Vegeta worth the actual 400 red coins. This is basically just to show you guys the numbers that he's going to be dishing out. So currently that's 3.5 million in terms of attack, but that's pretty much it. You do have that 30% damage reduction, but you kind of need to utilize him in the way that you have to maximize getting the 6 key spheres, and the only way to do that is to basically build a team around him. His passive skill obviously allows him to change a randomly changes key spheres of a certain type into int, but you need to be 88% less HP. We're gonna float off this second Vegeta, but anyway, I'm gonna cut to the next portion of the turn, so turn 3. Okay guys, we are now in turn 3 with Majin Vegeta. We do have Xeno Vegeta here to give us the 2 key 40% attack and defense. So currently my Majin Vegeta has 160k defense. We're going to see if we can try and get 6 key orbs, which I think we can. So I'm going to give Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta that. And fingers crossed we can get the 6 key orbs from it. Yes, nice 6. So that raises his defense to 185k. With the 6 key orbs, he gets the additional 20% defense. So now he is at 185k with 50% damage reduction. So it's good. It's good. It's not the greatest. It could be better. For example, if you're looking at, let's say, for example, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, he's currently at 86k defense, but with 80% damage reduction. So obviously, we're trying to get that damage reduction as high as possible. The thing with Majin Vegeta is 186 is kind of low. We are going to try and link up with this guy, the Super Saiyan 2 Tech 1. He does share 6 links at Super Saiyan 2, and when he transforms to Majin Vegeta, he shares all 7 links. So that's something we're going to try and do. But honestly, let's just see how well he does. 185k, 50% damage reduction. Let's get it. So I do stick with what I say. I don't think Majin Vegeta is worth the red coins. He is borderline worth it. Honestly, if he's your favorite character, if he's one of your favorite units in the game, and that is something you want to actually invest on, by all means, it's your prerogative. It's your own decision if you really want to. This video is basically trying to show you what he's capable of as 55%. So that was 4 million 50% defense with 185k. Sorry, that was 4 million attack, 50% damage reduction with 185k defense. Okay, let's go to turn 5. Okay guys, we are now in turn 5. Our tech Majin Vegeta has transformed. Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta has transformed into Majin Vegeta. And as you can see here, we do have all links activated. Okay, so this is obviously his best linking partner. Literally a 1-to-1 sort of unit. This tech Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta does need an EZA, so hopefully soon. Soon is wishful thinking, but you know, I hope he does come soon in terms of being more useful again. The thing is with this tech Majin Vegeta, he also needs 6 key orbs and key spheres to basically guard. So he needs 6 key spheres to guard, whereas the int one needs 6 key spheres to get the extra 20% damage reduction. So in this case, we're just gonna give the tech Majin Vegeta that. We're gonna give our Majin Vegeta my 55% showcase Majin Vegeta, all those int ones. Currently right now we are 181k defense. This is no support in this rotation. We do have all 7 links key spheres activated, and we do have the extra 20% damage reduction. So 50% damage reduction with 181k defense. Decent, but again, still could be better. And let's see what sort of attack stats he's going to be dishing out. Obviously, 185k with 50% damage reduction may not be enough in terms of the harder red zone, but this is something I want to try. Let's say, for example, let's say red zone Bojack, who is at the end is a tech red zone boss. I do want to see how well he... Oh, okay. Our tech Majin Vegeta did kill the Super Saiyan 2 Goku. Okay, I'll just catch you guys on the next the next one. Okay guys, we're going to be in this rotation. So again, the Int Majin Vegeta is paired up 7 to 7 links activated with the tech one. We do have King Vegeta, who gives 50% attack and defense, 25% attack and defense for Pure Saiyans and Vegeta family. And currently right now we are sitting at 181k defense still. So that's pretty much about what you're going to be expecting with this Majin Vegeta. Let's see how well how much damage he actually dishes out in this rotation. So let's see. Okay, let's see how much well, he should be able to double digit defending. 4.8 million. 88 million. So that's basically nearly a 5 million attack stat, 4.9 million attack stat. That's actually pretty decent. Animation's great. Both his active skill and his super attack, so and his intro as well. Intro animation still a very good animation. But that's what we're looking at, guys. That is what we're looking at with the Majin Vegeta. In my honest opinion, I do think he's not worth the 400 coins. He really is not worth the 400 coins. I do think that you have better options to actually spend the 400 coins. The thing is, you could save another 100 coins for an LR, let's say for example the Trunks and Vegeta. And the thing is, in order for Majin Vegeta to be relevant, is you need to have a top tier Trunks on the team. And the only way, and the only top tier unit that has a Trunks on the name is this LR in Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta and Super Saiyan Trunks Gallic Gun duo. But that's the only way this Majin Vegeta becomes a top tier unit. And sadly enough, that's what the situation is. So the thing is, we actually have the active skill ready to be activated. The thing is, okay, so Majin Vegeta needs 3 key orbs to get an additional 50% defense, and he needs 6 to get damage, 20% extra damage reduction. So we're going to get neither, and we're just going to give him that int one. So that's 1 key orb. But here is probably what the worst case scenario is if you have all 7 links activated. But then again, you're not going to be bringing the tech Majin Vegeta, because he's not as good as the int one. Like, he's dishing out similar defensive stat, offensive stat as the int one, but the int one's only at 55%. So, you know, there's trade-offs. So unless that guy has an EZA, then he can be relevant. But you know, that's sometime in the near future. But let's see what we're dealing with here. So 154k defense, no 30% damage reduction. That's pretty much it. And we're dishing out a 4.14 million attack stat. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all you guys are going to be getting with this Majin Vegeta. He's a very straightforward unit. There's no build up with this unit. He does get an extra attack and defense, 30% on his super. So depending on how you guys want to build him, is totally up to you. So we will go, and I think currently right now we're in turn 10, so we'll see you in turn 11. Okay guys, similar rotation, Majin Vegeta tech, we do have the Xeno Vegeta for the extra 2 key 40% attack and defense, and we are currently looking at 176k defense. 30% damage reduction. Can we? No, we can't even get 6 key. Or this is the main thing, guys. Units that are basically restricting the passive due to the amount of key orbs is going to be a very difficult unit to actually handle. And the reason is you do need a orb changer on a team. Majin Vegeta is an orb changer, but he's an orb changer when your HP is 88% below. So you do need someone who's able to create those orb chain. And ideally you want to create those rainbow key orbs in the field. So right now we're looking at 203k defense because we did get 5 key orbs, so that means we get an additional 50% defense. But 50% and then you get an extra 30% attack and defense, so you're looking maybe around 250k defense after super attack. With at this point 30% damage reduction, that is not the greatest in my opinion, and it's the key orbs. It's the amount of key orbs that you are willing to get is the actual like problem here. So right now we're like 4.73 million on his attack stat, so that's basically what he does. The thing is, he's a defensive unit, right? You want to build a team that is able to get him that 6 key orbs, and he's more of a defensive unit. He doesn't have any built-in additional built-in crits. He does not have any other gimmicks such as like what's it called, like scouter or healing or anything. He's just defense. So ideally you want to build him with maximum dodge. Like I would build him with maximum dodge, rest additional. Okay, I'll catch you guys in the next turn. Okay guys, we're gonna activate his active skill. So we can get those 6 key orbs actually, to be fair. We can get those 6 key orbs. But it's gonna be the same thing over and over again. He's a very basic unit, is defense, and he has very high offense, which hits only, you know, once. So it's like you want to build him with a maximum dodge. I do think maximum dodge is a good build for him. I do have a level 5 silver skill orb because I was thinking initially to maximize his additional attack and defense, but I'll give him the 20 additional dodge on his hidden potential, and an additional 6 additional on his hidden potential. And on his, if I'm going to have him fully rainbowed, his gold skill orb definitely dodge. So prioritize that dodge with this guy, in all honesty. Yeah, in my opinion, he's not worth the 100% 400 red coins. Like in all honesty, he's not worth the red coins. Okay guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause this, play this, and then have his active skill.
貴様の片付け方が分かったぞ。やっとな。貴様を倒すには二度と修復できないよう粉々に吹っ飛ばすことだ。サルバダ、ブルマ、トランクス、そしてカカロット。
Okay, so his active skill is still one of my favorite animations ever. If you guys are in global, this is actually the first 200% unit. So yeah, I can see why there's some incentive to actually get this guy. But in all honesty, I don't think he's worth the actual... Oh wait, whoa, 270k defense. I think that's because of his... Wait, what? Why is his defense so high? I did have a sensu bean. I'm so confused. Why is his defense so much higher? His defense is currently at 276k. What's his active skill? What's his active skill again? So his active skill doesn't even give him any defensive. Why does he have an extra 276k defense? I'm actually stumped. Where did he get? Oh, okay. One second. Okay. His active skill, right? His active skill, that counts as a super attack. So, if you guys do remember, he gets an additional 50% attack and 50% defense when performing a super attack. So his active skill counts as a super attack. I remember this. So okay, I was bugging there for a second, guys. But we do have 276k defense. Okay, so you know what? I actually want to get the 6 key spheres now. So here we go. There we go. We're looking at 313k defense. So okay, this is basically after his whole passive activates, right? The extra additional attack and attack and defense 50% when performing a super attack is multiplicative, as you have just seen there. Wow, I can't even speak. And he gets an additional 50% with 3 or more key spheres. So this is basically his highest defensive buff at the moment is 313k. So about 314k defense, if we're rounding up. When he super attacks, he gets an additional 30% attack and defense. So 30% of 300k is going to get his defense at 400k. So this is where I do think Majin Vegeta is then worth it, right? So as long as he is, let's say for example, super attacking first, then you can say his defensive abilities is very capable. 400k defense with 50% damage reduction is amazing in my book, right? Initially the defense before the super attacking and everything being in first slot was 200k. This is before we activated his active skill. Double the defense for 400k with 50% damage reduction is amazing. So this is where I can say to you guys, okay, Majin Vegeta is definitely worth it. And most likely you're going to be pairing him up with the Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta and the Trunks. So 400k defense with 50% damage reduction, yes. So this is where I would say, okay, Majin Vegeta is going to be shining because of that extra damage reduction and a 400k defense. This Majin Vegeta is still definitely a defensive build, so you want to prioritize defensive options with him. So defense, maybe additional, but I would say dodge. Giving him dodge, maybe let's say for example around the level 25, give him a quarter of a chance to dodge. That was 6.19 million. So that's 6.2 million. That is amazing. That is amazing. So yeah, 6.2 million with 50% damage reduction and 400k defense is amazing at 55%. So this is where I would say, okay, Majin Vegeta, you're definitely worth the coins. The majority of the time, that's not going to be the case, sadly. So you do need to put him as a second slot or a third slot, not ideally a first slot. That's where this Trunks and Vegeta shines as a first slot. You can put Majin Vegeta as the next slot. They do share 4 links, so I do give them that. They do share 4 links. They actually perform very well, but that's the defensive numbers we're currently looking at. So whether or not you want to buy the Majin Vegeta with 400 coins, that's up to you. But I can be confident to say 6.2 million attack, that's decent. 400k defense, that's decent. With 50% damage reduction, that's amazing. So At 55%, he's doing that. You know, by all means, I would say he's worth the 400 coins. I do think. But that's not going to be majority the case. Because if you're ideally going to put him as first slot, he is not built for first slot. This Trunks and Vegeta is. Being a second slot unit on the other hand, that's where I would say, okay, these guys, he is worth it. And I would say, I would give you another question, guys. If you have the Trunks and Vegeta, then I would say Majin Vegeta would be a worthy unit to buy 400 coins at 55%. However, if you do not have the Trunks and Vegeta, then I can't recommend having Majin Vegeta at all. Okay, so this is where the thing is, I'm actually going to because this Vegeta over here, the SR1, that's past turn 10 now, so he doesn't have the 80% damage reduction, sadly. So let's just do King Yama for the time being. And I think you guys get the gist of what this Majin Vegeta do. Okay, so I'm just going to speak whether or not he's worth it. At 55%, I do think he's worth. No. 1 second. If you have a Trunks and Vegeta at 55%, Majin Vegeta is worth it. As long as you have that Trunks and Vegeta in the first slot and then Majin Vegeta in the second or third slot. Majin Vegeta, in my personal opinion, is not built for being a first slot unit. Because 200k with 50% damage reduction, if you get the 6 key spheres, this is a big important thing. If you get the 6 key spheres, he needs 6 key spheres. That is the only thing that I will have a gripe with, is you need 6 key spheres for him to be a decent unit. So this is where you guys can actually decide whether or not you do need him or if you want him. If you want him because he's your favorite character, favorite unit, by all means go for it. That's your prerogative. That's your own, you know, decision to make. But if you're trying to figure out, okay, if you're trying to build a team, let's say for example a bond of parent and child, whether or not he'd be a good in that sort of team, it's totally up to you. If you have the Trunks and Vegeta, if you have the Trunks and Vegeta, I think 55% Majin Vegeta is actually pretty decent. If you get the 6 key spheres, so that's a big if. So you need 6 key spheres for him to be a good unit. Or to be a great unit, to be fair. He's a good unit if he doesn't have the 6 key spheres but a 50% damage defense. If you don't have the Trunks and Vegeta, I would prioritize getting Trunks and Vegeta over the Majin Vegeta. And I think that's where I stand. So I do still think like he's borderline okay in terms of yeah, he's borderline okay to get with the coins, but obviously there's stipulations. There is, how would I say, you have to think smartly whether or not you can actually fully utilize this guy. Okay, so we're going to be in the final turn. I'm going to give him these purple orbs. We're going to heal a bit. Nice. We're going to give this Majin Vegeta that. This is what we're looking at as a first slot unit. 200k defense with 50% damage reduction. He should be able to tank the UI Goku if he does super attack. But obviously once he super attack, that defense will go most likely around 400k. He gets an additional 50% attack and defense, so that's multiplicative. So that is 200k times by 1.5, 300k. And then he gets an additional 30% attack and defense on his super attack. So that's going to be about 390k. So that's where his defensive is going to be after super attacking. So this is another thing. He's not great first slot, but he's better after his super attack. So second and third slot, that's where he's at. And yeah, let's finish this. I think that's a sound conclusion with Majin Vegeta. He's not a bad unit. By all means, he's a very fantastic unit. I still think he's a top 10 TUR Dokkan Fest exclusive unit. I do still think that's the case with him. but you need a lot of setup to make him a decent unit, to make him a great unit. So orbs, you need a Trunks, and he needs to be second or third. Those are the 3 key things I would say. Is the 6 key spheres, you need a Trunks, and basically not being a first slot unit, having basically attacking at the second or third slot. So that's my conclusion, and I hope you guys we'll call it, maybe agree. If you disagree, tell me why. By all means, let me know your guys' opinions. But other than that, I'll just catch you guys in the next one, and I hope you guys, this video helps you make a decision whether or not you should get Majin Vegeta. But anyway, see you guys in a bit.